what could be possible if you have the ideal scenario, and knowing that that ideal scenario is something that you can control.
Claudia Ramirez, empowering you to become the optimal leader of your life. Let's turn on the Mindset mic.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this free sports mindset coaching course for athletes. If you're an athlete watching this, congratulations, you've taken a major step. If you're a coach playing this for your athletes, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're going to make a difference, and I hope that this really, really helps you. It's going to be a 6-part series. We're starting off with episode 1, talking about why is mindset more important than your muscles. Believe me, mindset is going to play a crucial role. My name is Claudia Ramirez, by the way. If you're new here and you have no idea who I am or what I do, I've been an athlete all my life. I grew up running cross country and track, and I did it all the way through my master's degree. I became an academic All-American. I reached all of my wild, crazy goals that didn't make sense on paper. I later became a head cross country coach at one of the most diverse and largest schools in the country. And I also assisted with track. And now I spend my time supporting athletes, whether it be marathoners, people in life after sports who are staying active, or high school athletes, or even younger, in improving their mindset and really using that as a tool to have their best performance in their favorite sport. So I hope that this is valuable for you, because I know it's been something that has been very valuable for me. Why are we talking about mindset, and why does it have anything to do with what you do in your favorite sport, whether it be track or cross country or baseball or lacrosse or hockey or soccer, football? Why? It is believed that sports performance, it is 90% mental, 10% physical, or some say 80-20, some say 85-15. Whatever the number truly is, the great majority is mental. Now, is that to say that you can go out there and do an insane performance without training? No. But it is to say that you can train, 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 train. And if you go out there with the wrong mindset, you're actually not going to perform as well as you can. There could be something that hurts you in the process. So let's start off with the concept of having a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. A fixed mindset for me, look, I don't like to think about a negative mindset. I believe that we have all of these emotions and feelings for a reason, because we're human. And I think that we should listen to that. But when it comes to having a fixed mindset, we're focusing on lack. We're focusing on what we don't have, on the problems. We're focusing on where there isn't room for improvement, what hasn't happened, where the obstacles are against us because we're swimming against the current. Versus having a growth mindset, we're looking at opportunity. If you have a fixed mindset, you say, well, I'm injured, that's it. Or, well, I missed practice, I can't do anything else. Well, it's bad weather, there goes my workout. Oh, I missed this game. Oh, we lost that match. And you don't see how there could be something good that comes out of it. Basically, life happens to you, not for you. And you give your power and your control to external factors. And you don't change, you don't improve. Versus if you have a growth mindset within the name growth, you see potential, you see opportunity. There is room for improvement. When we talk about your mindset is more important than your muscles, it doesn't mean that you don't have to train in the gym, or you don't have to put in that physical effort to be able to perform. The reason why I say that your mindset and working on your mindset is more important than working on your muscles, it doesn't mean that you're not going to put in the effort in the gym, or you're not going to do the reps, or you're going to skip something because Claudia said that. No. You want to put in the work, and you want to add the mindset component to it. What good does it do to put all the effort in the gym, to have the early mornings, the late evenings, to put in the extracurricular work? It's a full-time job to be an athlete, and not work on your mindset. You're not polishing the diamond. When you polish it, you can get the best out of it. And that's the key. It doesn't mean about your physical body. If we look at the Olympics, there are so many Paralympians who I believe have a stronger mindset than a great majority of people in the world. It doesn't come down to the physical. It comes down to what's in between their ears. to what they believe is possible, to what they believe is true. So, whenever we say that mindset is more important than your muscles, you can work on your muscles all you want. And if you don't train on your mindset, maybe it won't be so favorable. But maybe the odds are against you. You put in the work, but the odds are against you. Because you trained your mind, you're more likely to come out on top or make something good come out of the situation. And that is the power. There is a way in which you can get better. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Great, we lost that game. What can we learn from this? What can we extract? How can we shift our strategy? How can we come closer together? How can we get to know each other better to have better chemistry and connection? Great, I didn't hit the time that I wanted. No problem. What do I have to work on? What does that teach me about me? And so all of a sudden, you're seeing the potential of what is out there. And it's huge. It's huge because it can happen on the greater picture, right? Like you look at a whole season, you look at your whole performance, you look at a whole game, or it can also happen in that specific moment. We've all heard, remember the meme of like, not gonna lie, they had us in the first half, but then we went into the locker room. Remember that football player? He came out with a growth mindset. He went into the locker room and knew that he was gonna come out even better. And so for you, the first question is, if you have pen and paper, I would invite you to write this out. Do you historically have a fixed mindset or do you have a growth mindset? Are you focusing on all the things that are happening against you and all the quote unquote negative things and circumstances, or are you focusing on the positive? Which one of these is it? And once you start getting to the bottom of that, you're going to see that you can actually do something about it when it comes to your sports performance. You have that control. What would happen if you worked on your mindset enough? And we're going to do that with every single episode. We're going to work on your mindset, and then we're going to work on developing self-belief and training your mind and eliminating doubt and all the things. We'll talk about that. But for now, think about not only if you, but everybody on your team were on the same page. If everybody on your team were excelling, not only athletically, but also academically, or in their career or relationships, or wherever it is that life takes you, your sports are going to be a great lesson in your life. And it's a lesson that it's going to last for years and years and years to come. I have been out of college for a while now, and I still use the lessons that I learned in high school and college, university, as anchors for what I'm doing in my life. I just ran the New York City Marathon, and mindset was a big component of it. And it's a beautiful way in which you can control the outcomes in your life because you have a lot more say than you actually think. Carol Dweck talks about the power of mindset for athletes. And she is one of the people who have anchored and championed the concept of having a growth mindset and how it can really help you create the life that you envision. And for now, I really want you to think about what could be possible if you have the ideal scenario, and knowing that that ideal scenario is something that you can control. When I was in college, I remember I really wanted to have a scholarship. And as you know, when you're a junior in high school, that's when you're starting to get these offers. And I had offers. And then when I was a senior, I was injured. And all those offers were like, never mind, taken back. And I get that. So what I did is I had to walk on. And I walked on. And instead of getting a scholarship, what happened is that I got kicked off the team because I was still injured. And I get that. It's a business. What did I do next? I went to another school. I temporarily gave up on my dreams. But then something happened. There was a shift. 2 weeks later, I was on the team at this new school where I figured out why my injury was happening. I had surgery for it. And I ended up getting my scholarship, winning a championship with my team, hitting my times that I wanted, stepping on podiums, and I became an academic All-American. All of those dreams I had from the very beginning. They didn't make sense on paper. But I remember using the power of mindset because it came into my life when I was 19 years old, a freshman in college, as a tool to help me. The reality said something else, but I knew in my heart that something really good could come out of it and that I could control that. And I did. I didn't care what the reality said. I didn't care what the injury said or the fact that people said that I was running out of time. I didn't care. I cared about what I believed was possible. But I was able to believe because I had the right mindset. But sometimes I failed at having the right mindset. Sometimes I had a fixed mindset. Sometimes I was afraid. Sometimes I would step onto the race and think that everybody next to me was better than me. I had to shift that. In the moments that I did, I came out on top. In the moments that I didn't, I still think about and I'm like, man, I really missed an opportunity. Michael Jordan talked about how he would shoot 9,000 free throws he would miss. And those 9,000 missed free throws are what encouraged him to be as phenomenal as he was. Kobe Bryant talked about discipline and mindset and the power of developing yourself. We just watched the Olympics and we saw heptathlete Shari Hawkins making it to the Olympic team, reaching her dream, and no hiding in the high jump, knowing that she wasn't going to reach any of her goals after that in terms of the final score, in terms of her final ranking. But her mindset is what kept her in. And she's somebody who goes on social media and these platforms and talks about the power of her mindset. I actually just met her a couple of weeks ago at the New York City Marathon at the expo, and it was phenomenal. So my question to you is, what will you do whenever you accomplish your mindset? What will you do whenever you increase the way that you think about yourself and your reality? What will you do whenever you develop self-belief and eliminate self-doubt? When you get clear on your goals, when you learn strategies to master your mind? What's the biggest possibility that can happen? What are those biggest dreams that you have? The big, 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 big ones that sometimes you don't even tell your coach. Sometimes you don't even want to say out loud. In this free course, I hope that you are able to have that breakthrough and to believe and wholeheartedly embark on the journey that's going to help you get there. I invite you to go back and think about those experiences, sports experiences, when you've left so much on the table because you were nervous, because you were scared, because you felt unprepared, perhaps you felt intimidated, perhaps you just don't know what happened and you were psyched out. The weather got to you, something. I also want you to think about the times when you felt your strongest. Think about that championship when think about winning that something. It doesn't mean winning the race or winning the game or winning the championship, but winning, whether it was that one repetition that you did, that one strength and conditioning day, that one time when you were able to do those 10 push-ups, that one time when you won the game, that one time when you scored and you felt unstoppable. I want you to go back and think about what that was. What was your mindset? How did you feel? What was the energy for the great and the not so great? And then we're going to keep building up on that mindset. I'm going to leave you with a little bit of homework, and not because it's the former teacher in me or because I love studying, but because it's going to help you. I'm going to ask you that in a piece of paper. Start talking about your realities. Start talking about what's happening in your life, what's happening in your sport, and what is working and what is not. Talk about how you're feeling, what's making you feel great and what's making you maybe not feel so great. And then whenever you look at that, define, have I had a fixed mindset? Have I been focusing on the problems, on the lack, on where there isn't opportunity? Or do I actually have a growth mindset? Either one, it doesn't matter. We're going to build up on it. On episode 2, we're going to focus on overcoming self doubt and increasing your confidence so that you can win. If it's already available, you're going to see it on the screen. And if not, make sure you hit subscribe so that you can come back next week and not miss it at all. Don't forget to do your homework. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a great building block. If you're a coach, I encourage you to do this as a team. Believe me, it's going to be so, so great. It's one thing that an athlete is working on themselves, but whenever we all work together, oh my gosh, you can create magic in your sport. And I highly, highly encourage it. As always, don't forget to keep being the optimal leader of your life. I'm sending you the best vibes. I'm cheering you on. I believe in you. I'll see you in the next one.